My dear students, welcome to SRIC's English tutorial. Today I will be explaining you Julius Caesar, Act 4, Scene 3, that is Part 2 explanation. In Part 4, I have done till line number 82. Line number 82, Brutus' speech, where Brutus was complaining that he has asked for some financial help from Cassius, and Cassius said no, he did not do it. He did not give those some financial help to pay to the troops, military troops. So here Cassius says, no, I denied not. Then Brutus says, you did. He says, I did not deny you financial help. Cassius says, I did not. He was but a fool. He is the person or the messenger who has brought this news to Brutus. He says he was but a fool that brought my answer back. Answer back my reply to you. Brutus hath reaved my heart. And Cassius says, now Cassius complains that Brutus, you have broken my heart. Reaved means broken. You have torn my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, and it's a true friend. True friend always they bear, they tolerate the weaknesses of another friend. But Brutus makes mine greater than they are. But you are magnifying, you are enlarging my weaknesses, my faults. Those are not as great as you are pointing it out. Brutus, I do not till you practice then on me. He says that I do not complain, I do not show or pinpoint your fault until you practice, until you used your weakness against me. Then Cassius says, you love me not. Brutus, I do not like your faults. Brutus says, it is not that I hate you as a friend. I love you as a friend, but I do not like your faults. I do not support your faults. Cassius, a friendly eye could never see such faults. So Cassius says a true friend never sees faults of another friend. Brutus, a flatterer would not. So Brutus says that is not a true friend. That's actually a flatterer who always supports the fault and praises the fault. I am not that. I am not your flatterer. Though they do appear as huge as high Olympus. Olympus is a mythological mountain. In Greek mythology, Olympus is a mountain where gods stay. So that is Olympus. He says a flatterer will always praise the faults. They will overlook the faults. Maybe the faults are as big as Mount Olympus. So he compares Cassius's fault as big as Mount Olympus. Now Cassius says, come Antony, and young Octavius come. Now he speaks, he is saying they are not in front. He knows that they are coming to attack them. So he says, okay, come Antony and young Octavius come. Revenge yourselves alone on Cassius. So he says, you kill Cassius and revenge, and take your revenge for killing Julius Caesar. For Cassius is weary of the world. Weary, he is tired. He is tired of the world. Why? Why he is tired of the world? Because hated by one he loves. He is hated by the friend. Here one refers to Brutus, his friend, because he is hated by the person whom he loves, the friend whom he loves. So he says when he is hated by Brutus, by one he loves, braved by his brother. Braved here means challenged. Challenged by his brother. Brother here means brother-in-law. As Cassius has married sister of Brutus, so in that relation he is brother-in-law of Brutus. Braved by his brother, that is brother-in-law, that is Brutus. Checked like a bondsman. Checked means scolded. Brutus is scolding Cassius as if he is Brutus's slave. All his fault, his refers to my. He is saying his actually it is my, he is referring to himself. My faults observed. Observed means noted down. He has noted down my faults, set in a notebook. Set means recorded. he is not only talking about faults, but each and every, as if he has maintained a notebook, learned and conned by rote. Conned means learned, by rote means by heart. He has noted down all my faults in a notebook and has by hearted it very well. He has learnt it by heart. And then by rote to cast my teeth. So that he can repeat it on my, to cast into my teeth, to say it directly on my face, to repeat it directly on my face, directly to pinpoint at my face. That is why he has so well learnt all my faults. Now Cassius continues, "Oh, I could weep my spirit from my eyes." So he says that I could weep. Weep means I could die of my grief. My spirit from my eyes. My spirit from my eyes, that means die of grief. I can cry so much. I'm so much hurt by Brutus. I'm so much, disheartened by Brutus. I am not happy. What is Brutus saying? I feel so sad that I can die of weeping. I can weep so much that I can die. There is a dagger, and here my naked breast. There is a dagger in Brutus' hand, and I am exposing my breast to him. Within a heart dearer than Pluto's mind. Within a heart, inside a heart, and dearer than Pluto is mine. Pluto is god of underworld. In Greek mythology, Pluto is the god of underworld. Here Pluto then is dearer than Pluto's mine. Mine here means actually place where richer than gold. Richer than gold. Pluto is goddess of riches. So he says that the heart which I have, it is richer than Pluto's gold. So he compares his own heart richer than Pluto is goddess of riches. So his heart is more richer, more purer than those gold, or those valuable than those golds. If that thou beest a Roman, I am a true Roman. That is why my heart is pure. And he compares that purity of heart with the gold of Pluto. Gold is a very valuable metal. It's a very expensive metal. Take it forth. Yes, Brutus, you can take out my heart. I am a true Roman. My heart is pure. My heart is brave. It is as pure as the gold and as valuable as the gold of Pluto, the goddess of riches. And as a true Roman, you can take my heart. I that denied thee gold, if I have denied you gold coins when you asked for financial help, will give my heart. I will prove it that I am speaking true. I am a true Roman. I never pretend. I don't tell false things. I don't pretend. I am a pure soul as a true Roman. So you can take my heart. As a proof, I can give you my heart. Strike as thou didst a Caesar, and you strike and you hit me, or you stab me, just as you have done to Caesar. For I know when thou didst hate him worst when you hated Caesar. Caesar was also a good friend of yours. But when the point came, when you hated him to be a tyrant, thou lovest him the better. You loved him no one more as no one did. Okay, so that ever thou lovest Caesar, you loved Caesar more than anyone else, but you hated his bad qualities, you hated his vices, the fault that he had, that is ambitious. He was ambitious, he was becoming a tyrant. It was not that you killed Caesar out of hatred, out of jealousy. You killed Caesar because Caesar had a fault. So you are saying that I have also a fault, so you kill me just as you killed Caesar. Now Brutus, sheathe your dagger. So Cassius have brought out a dagger. And then Brutus is saying, sheathe your dagger, return it to its cover, put it back to its place. Be angry when you will. When you will, whenever you want, you can be angry. Nobody will stop you. It shall have scope. It shall have scope. It shall have expression. Your anger should have expression. Do what you will. Out of anger, what you want, whatever you want to do, you can do it. Dishonor shall be humor. Dishonor, insulting me, shall be humor. Humor means mood. So, out of anger, you want to insult Brutus, you do it. O Cassius, you are yoked with a lamb. You, you are yoked means allied. You have joined with a lamb. Lamb means humble quality, the soft qualities of a lamb. Now, who is here a lamb? Brutus. Brutus calls him as innocent as a lamb. So, you have made friendship. Yoked means you have tied up. You have made friendship with an innocent lamb that carries anger as a flint bear fires. So, flint is just a cold stone, but if you strike to flint, then it will create a spark, it will create a fire. Who much enforced shows a hasty spark. Much enforced, he is talking about those two stones. When two flint stones are striken together, they are hit together, they produce hasty spark. Hasty spark, a big momentary spark, and straight is cold again. Straight is cold again and immediately becomes cold. So Brutus says that in his anger he is like a flint stone that does give fire until it has been struck repeatedly with violence. Then it gives a brief or a short spark and is immediately cold again. Cassius. Hath Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to Brutus, when grief and blood ill tempered vexeth him? So he is saying, I am like that. I am like a, you are yoked, he says that I am like a flintstone. When I am angry, I means as just as flintstone produces fire, I also do that. But again, cold, again I become cold. Hath Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to his Brutus, when grief and blood ill tempered vexeth him? He says, do you think you can make fun of me? Anytime you can be angry with me, again you can be friendly with me. So am I mirth and laughter? Am I a means? Am I a subject? Am I a material to you which is only for mirth and laughter? Mirth and laughter, your amusement. Am I here, or do you consider Cassius to be an object? To be an object of your amusement to his Brutus, when grief and blood ill tempered, grief and blood ill tempered means his troubles. When he is troubled, when he is in tension, he will shout at me, he can blame me. Brutus. When I spoke that, I was ill tempered too. He says, yes, I was angry. When I spoke all those words, I was angry. Cassius, do you confess so much? Do you confess so much? That means, do you really now admit that it was not real blame? You were angry with something, that you blamed me. You called me that I have itchy palm. This is from the beginning of the scene where both of them come and meet in outside the tent, and Brutus was accusing Cassius of various things. So he says that, so you confess that all your accusations were not really meant. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. It's a friendly handshake. Brutus, and my heart too, they claps hands. He says, not only my hand, but my heart also wants to means do a handshake. Means it is from my heart. Cassius, so Brutus, what's the matter? Now Cassius says, have you not loved enough to bear with me when that rash humor which my mother gave me makes me forgetful. So he says, have you not loved me enough to bear with me? To bear with me, to be patient, with me when that rash humor when I get angry, which my mother gave me. I have inherited this quality from my mother, that I get too much angry, makes me forgetful. I forget myself. I forget who am I, who to whom I am speaking. This quality I have inherited from my mother. Brutus says, yes, Cassius, and hence from henceforth, when you are over earnest, you are harsh, you are angry, or you are rude with your Brutus, he will think your mother chides and leave you so. And Brutus will think that it is your mother is scolding you, that is your mother, um, um, he thinks your mother chides and leaves you and leave it at that. That it is a chiding, he will consider your anger as your mother's scolding and he will leave you. Then there is a noise and enter a poet followed by Lucilius. Lucilius is messenger or servant to Brutus, Lucius and Lucius. Lucius is the servant and Lucilius is the army general of Brutus, and Titinius is then army general of Cassius. So a poet enters. The poet says, let me go in to see the generals. There is some grudge between them, 'tis not meet they be alone. So he says, let me go inside. This character we are coming meeting for the first time in this scene. He says that let me go inside, because the two generals, that is Brutus and Cassius, they have some problem. They have some grievances or grudges against each other and they should not be left alone. So Lucius says, you shall not come to them. So he says, you cannot go to them. The poet says, nothing but death shall stop me. He says, I will go, definitely go. Only you all cannot stop me. Only death can stop me. Cassius, how now? What's the matter? Now Cassius, the poet says, for shame, you generals, what do you mean? For shame, you generals, what do you mean means, why are you quarreling? It's a shame on you that you are the generals of the army and you are quarreling, you are only fighting with each other. Love and be friends, as two such men should be. As two such men should be, as two brave men should be. So you should love, you should forget all your differences, forget all your complaints. And then, for I have seen more years, I am sure, than you. So he says that I am much older than you are, and I am sure that it is better for generals. It is better for generals like you or the leaders like you not to fight, but to make, just to make adjustments or make friends with each other. Forget all your differences. Then Cassius says that, ha ha, how wildly doth this cynic rhyme. Cynic here means philosopher. How this philosopher is rhyming the lines. Brutus, get you hence, he says, please go away. You refers to the poet. Brutus says to the poet, goes away, Sirrah. Sirrah means fellow. Saucy fellow hence. Saucy means he's a bit rude. It's not the way you speak to generals. Cassius, bear with him, Brutus. Bear with him. Be patient, Brutus. 'Tis his fashion. 'Tis his fashion. That is the usual manner how philosophers speak. Cassius. Brutus says, I will know his humor when he knows his time. Humor is appreciated in proper time. Every time you cannot, this is not the time for fun or amusement or humor. This is we are at a serious point of life. Anytime we are going to face a war. So this is not the time for all entertaining all such people like poet and who humorously come and tell us, they can tell anything to us. So when he knows his time, so a person who is humorous or a humorous person should time up, should the timing of humor is appreciated, and he has come on a wrong time. What should what should the wars do with jiggling fools? Because during a time of war, fools means people like this. Okay. So he says companion hand. So we don't need humor, we don't need fools around us during war. We need serious people, we need soldiers and generals, not poets. Cassius, away, away, be gone. He says, yes, please, you go from here, and the poet exits. Now Brutus. Lucilius and Titinius bid the commanders, tell the commanders, prepare to lodge their companies tonight. Prepare to lodge. Lodge means get ready. Companies means troops. The troops of soldiers, tonight only you tell them to get ready. Cassius. And come yourselves and bring Messala with you. He says, after doing or after conveying your message to the troops, then you come back to us, and you don't come back, both of you don't come back, you also bring with yourselves with Messala. Bring Messala with yourselves immediately to us. Now who is Messala? He is a friend. Immediately to us. So Lucilius and Titinius, who are the army generals, they exit. So Brutus says, Lucius, a bowl of wine. He then orders his servant Lucius to bring a bowl of wine, and then Lucius exits. Again Cassius and Brutus is left inside the tent alone. So this is to be continued in explanation. Again, it is coming in the next part. So if you like my video, then kindly like, share and subscribe my channel, and keep watching for the next part. Thank you.